Hey, what's up, YouTube? I just want to make a quick video to help you guys out if you ever have an issue with lost ownerships, missing ownerships, or where they fill out the back or they put white out and you got to replace it. You can't find the old owner, or if you buy a dirt bike or a sled with no ownership. This could even work for cars. So I'm just going to give you guys some info. So you guys aren't freaking out, or because sometimes it's not so much of a big deal when an ownership's lost or ruined. It seems like such a big hassle. You got to find the old owner, you got to get the signatures back, and it's just going to take a lot of time and money. Sometimes it's not. This isn't really the proper way to do it. You are forging documents a bit, maybe forging a signature, or some cases like that. One of the cases is legit though, where you're not forging anything. But I'll give you a couple examples and give you guys some ideas and stuff that I do when I buy dirt bikes or cars, or have any issues with my ownerships. So right now I picked up a 2009 MXZ 800, and I go look at the sled and everything, and I go look at the back of the ownership, and there's white out. It's very hard to see, but you could see it in the light. There's white out. The whole ownership was filled out. So this makes this ownership invalid. So basically, you're buying a sled with no ownership. And I told that to the guy. I said, why'd you try to rip me off? You tried to sell me something with an invalid ownership. Then I have to drive, the proper way to fix it is you would have to find this person. And, look how far she lives. She probably lives, 4, 5, 6 hours from me. Or you're going to have to go get an affidavit or anything like that. So I'll give you a bunch of ways how you can go about this and how you can fix this, and lost ownerships. I'll go over everything. So basically, what I did was I went to the ministry, and you get a third-party paper. It's basically a paper where this person would fill out saying they're giving you permission to either replace the ownership, transfer the ownership, or anything like that. So of course this is the forging part, but there is a proper way to fix this. You can get an affidavit and fix it that way. But for the quicker way and the cheaper way, I did it that way. I filled out all her information, her rim numbers here. Everything that you need is here. You fill out all her information, you fill out your information, boom, $10. I got new ownership. See? No problem. The old owner thought he had no ownership. He thought he had to go find the old owner, pay taxes, and and all this struggle. But nope, $10. I got the ownership reprinted, no problem, just like that. So now I'll go over if you have if you're buying a snowmobile or an ATV or quad with a lost ownership, how you would go about replacing that or fixing it. So the way I do it is you run the VIN. You always got to run the VIN to make sure the machine's not stolen, because if the machine's stolen, you're done. You'll be there, the cops will show up, they'll take your bike, you're screwed. So run the VIN, make sure it's not stolen. If it doesn't come back stolen, what you do, it used to be easier, but they changed the laws. Now remember, this is Canada. I'm not too sure how it's done in the States, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar. Do your homework, do your research. I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. Just use your head and really think, and you'll be surprised. You can get away with some of this stuff and not get ripped off by these guys. So when I buy the bike or the quad with no ownership, I will go to the ministry, pull a used vehicle package. If I pull the used vehicle package, what I tell the lady is I say that I'm interested in buying this machine. Even if I bought it, I tell them that I'm only interested in buying it just because in case it did come back stolen, they're not coming to my door. So I always say I'm thinking of buying it, and then they print me out a used vehicle package. If it prints out and they don't say anything, obviously it's clean. So then you grab the used vehicle package and you go home. You look at the current owner of the vehicle. So for example, this lady's name was Allison Mary, whatever her last name was, right? Then you write out a bill of sale. Either you can do it legit, either from the person you got it from, that they lost the ownership, that you got it, all that, yada, yada, yada. But, or you could just write it this way. I, Allison Mary, sold my 2009 MXZ, 800 to Brandon Finuzzi, or to, whatever your name is, Joe Bob or whatever, and you write out a little bill of sale. You throw a little couple script, signatures, throw a VIN number, color on there, Then you go down to your local town, or like a courthouse, or somewhere where you grab an affidavit. For me, it's easy. I just go down to my local town building, and they have the person there that does the affidavits. Very easy. You pay $20. You swear on behalf of whatever, under oath, that you didn't steal it, or you're telling the truth. You fill out the piece of paper saying, like, I, Brandon Finuzzi, or whatever, got this snowmobile 2009, MXZ. You put the VIN number, color, everything off Allison Mary. I lost the ownership in my possession. I've tried contacting her. I've tried calling her. I've tried looking her up on the phone book, through Facebook. You write all of this script thing out. Then you head down to your local MTO office, and they call it in. Boom, you get an ownership. Just like that. Now, that way is a little more expensive, because you got to pay the affidavit. You got to pay to transfer the ownership. You got to pay the taxes, which on snowmobiles, they don't blue book them. So literally for this 09, I could say I paid $100 and it works. But anyways, that's the little more expensive way. But, those are some of the ways that you can get ownerships back, because I buy stuff with missing, lost, broken ownerships all the time, and I always fix it. So I just wanted to give you guys some hope, and just let you guys know that there is ways to fix it, to figure it out, to work it out. Just because something doesn't have an ownership doesn't mean it's completely trash. So it's up to you guys if you want to take the project or the risk or the challenge on. I do it all the time, as you can see with this 2009 snowmobile, which I still paid. I paid cheap for it, but I still paid a couple grand, But yeah, like, just affidavits, Now remember, anytime you go to the office, like when I went to the MTO the first time and I had a missing ownership or a lot, they said, oh, there's nothing you can do, and you're going to have to find the person. They're going to be as negative and rude as possible, because they don't want this happening too much. But just go to your local, town, city hall, whatever, get your affidavits, fill out your information, fill out your paperwork, and go back there. And I promise you guys, you will get ownerships. And another way that I did it, actually, my friend, my friend of mine, he bought a truck. He bought a pickup truck off someone. And he gave the guy the deposit, gave the guy the money. So back to the story with the pickup truck. My buddy buys a pickup truck, and he gives the guy the money and everything. And the guy says, okay, come pick up the truck now. My buddy goes to pick up the truck, and the guy couldn't find the ownership. So my buddy still took the truck, puts it at his house. He's waiting on the guy for his ownership. He's waiting. And basically, the guy started to dick him around. Oh, why should I have to pay to replace the ownership? Why should I have to go in? This and that. The guy started to dick him around. So I told my buddy, I said, you know what? I was like, I can get you an ownership, no problem. I said, screw this guy. If he's being rude to you and he's saying, oh, I got cameras at my house, you better not come here and stuff, I was like, I'm going to get you this ownership. So my buddy was smart and took pictures of his driver's license, took pictures of his plate number, and everything. So we went down to MTO. We got a third-party fill-out sheet, and we filled out the guy's address, his VIN number, the VIN number to the truck, the RIN number, the plate number, forged a signature, and we filled out my buddy's portion. We go down to the MTO office. Right then and there, I got my buddy printed a new ownership and in his name. The guy didn't even know. Just like that, I ripped the vehicle out of his hands and got it in my buddy's hands. We called the guy up. Oh, we got an ownership. And the guy goes, really? How'd you do that? Don't worry about it, we said to him. So, just don't get screwed around by people, and just, be smart, use your head, and I'm pretty sure you guys will figure all this stuff out. All right, anyways, thanks for watching. If you liked it, shoot me a like. Shoot me some comments if you have some questions. And thanks for watching.